Welcome to this video. My name is Sebet and today we're talking about scaling up of your meta ad. If you have been a business owner that have been running meta ads, or you sell a product, a physical or digital product, and you have been running meta ad, you know that it will reach a point where you want to get more results by increasing your budget, and that's where we are. And today we're talking about how you can be able to increase your budget and get the best results from your ad, and that's basically what we call scaling. Now, the first thing that you must understand about scaling is that before you scale any business at all, you must be able to find that winning ad, that winning creative, that winning message from that ad. It's one of the important things that you must look out for anytime you want to run meta ads. Although I may not pick it from here or I may not write it on a board, I want you to understand that one first. When you run 3 ads, there will be surely 2 or 1 working well for you, right? It's an opportunity for you to leverage or choose that one that is working for you and be able to run it and get results. We have 2 ways of scaling up an ad. We have the vertical and then the horizontal one. We'll be talking about all the two today, and then we'll talk about how we can also use them to get the best result that you are looking for. So stay glued and also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are yet to do so. These are the 2 ways of which our ads can be scaled. We have the vertical scaling and also the horizontal scaling. Now, when we talk about vertical scaling, what comes to your mind? Vertical looks like this, right? Anything that looks like this is vertical. So we are just talking about you being able to increase your budget over a period of time such that you maintain consistent results for that period of scaling, right? So let's say you are running an ad with a budget of $2 per day, right? Now you want to scale that ad to reaching $20 per day so that you can get 10 times the result that you are getting. Now remember that when you scale from this, maybe you will be getting $2 per day, you will be getting $5 as a result, and then if you come to here, you're expecting to get 50, right? Yes, sometimes you may get not 50, but you may get 45 to maybe 60. Sometimes you can maybe get more than that. So this is just mathematics. I want you to understand that yes, you may get the same result or you may get something higher than what you are already doing. So vertical scaling just means that you're able to increase your budget over time so that you still consistently get the result that you are getting or get more than whatever you are getting. Now, one thing that you must get about scaling your ad vertically is that because something the 20 to 30% rule, right? 20 to 30% rule. Now, what happens here is that you want to scale up an ad from 20 or let's say $2 to $20, you don't stand up and then move that ad straight to 20. What happens then will be budget shocks, meaning you will be changing your budget so regularly that or budget jumps, and then you'll not be able to get the result. It will affect the cost per click, right? It will affect the cost per messaging conversation and other stuff in your ad. So how can you scale up your ad well without you causing any havoc to the ad that's already doing well? So the first thing is that you apply the 20 to 30% rule. Any budget that you are using so far, before you scale it, make sure that you find, let's say, 20% of that and add it to it. So if you are using a budget of $2, we will move to the next one, which will be 2.5, the next one to be 3, the next one to 4, the next one to 6, the next one to 9, the next one to maybe 12. We move with that step up to 20. So you see that it's not about just jumping that budget from 2 to 10. It's a work. So within a week, you can be able to move the budget from $2 to $20 in order to get the result that you are looking for. So this is how you can be able to scale using vertical scaling. Don't forget always to use the 20 to 30% rule so that your ad can still give you the consistent result that you are looking for, and then you can still maintain the standards that you are working with, right? So this is about vertical scaling, and these are things that you must be able to note about vertical scaling. In vertical scaling, no need for you to be noting things down or copying stuff, right? But I prefer that when you are doing vertical scaling or any form of scaling at all, what is working for you at that time, try make sure that you put them into your note, right? Note them down so that if the ad starts failing or things don't go well, or next time if you want to run an ad, you know the patterns to follow, what to do in order to get that still consistent or better result for your ad. And the second one that we'll be talking about here is the horizontal scaling. And if you know horizontal, you know that horizontal is like this, right? anything like this is horizontal, meaning the direction is like this. So what horizontal means here is that this same ad that has been working for you and you want to scale it, you pick the patterns, right? You pick that ad, what has worked in that ad, you replicate it like that. If it is only one, you make multiples of that ad, right? And then if you are using $2 here, you can use another two here. You can see that you'll be multiplying the amount that you have already been using in running such an ad. That's what we call horizontal scaling here. Now, horizontal scaling works very well. One thing that you must understand if you want to do horizontal scaling is that you must have the ability to note down things, right? Yes, in vertical scaling too, you have to know that what is working. But here it's very important that yes, the first one you may try using everything the same. The second one you may change the audience. Then this one you may change the age range, right? You are trying to test new things with the same thing that has worked already, right? You're trying to find a variety of other things working from the same ad. Or you may just decide that no, I'm just trying that same ad again, no need to change anything again. They are all horizontal scaling, right? So this is what we talk about horizontal scaling. You are just going to replicate whatever is winning for you and putting the same or higher amount of money on it to get the result. So let's say you want to scale up this ad from this to $20. Yes, somebody will ask, so are we going to create 10 times the same ad? No. If you create two and they are working well for you, then you can apply the vertical scaling here by moving this budget to let's say 7, 7, and 7. You can see that you'll be getting at least $21, which is already how much you want to scale up your ad with, right? So yes, in horizontal scaling, we create multiple ad sets, but you can still use vertical scaling if the reach that you want to go, right, or the budget that you want to reach you cannot go, you can still scale them using vertical scaling, right? This is one thing that you must get as somebody that wants to run ads. But before we do all these things, or before we finish all these things, I want you to get something. You must first establish stability. Any ad at all that you are running, you must first make sure that the cost per result, cost per click, and any other necessary things become stable within a period of time. It can be between a week they become stable, or they become stable whilst you are doing the scaling, right? If all these things become stable, that's the first point for you to even start scaling an ad, right? So make sure that before you scale up an ad, you look at the metrics and you make sure that everything is stable before you start scaling up an ad. The fourth one is the budget jump that I've already introduced earlier, but I still want you to understand that budget jumps is still important, right? Budget jumps is still very important. So don't just run ads and increase your budget. Take time and do the work. That will give you more stability and a better result for your ad. I am Herbert. I talk about meta ads and how we can be able to use it to increase our sales and visibility online. After this video, I want you to pick one point from here and start implementing so that I can get the result for yourself or for other businesses. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.